Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome. Today I'm continuing the season of Bloody Submarines with the Xin Zhong Guo, or Xin Zhong Guo 14, which is a Pan-Asian Tier 6 premium submarine. Pretty nasty one at that, to be honest. Pretty nasty one because she gets deep water torpedoes. As you can see, she's got the classic German U-boat design. She's based off a German U-boat. You can see that pretty much straight away. If we have a look at how I've equipped her, you can see I'm looking after the torpedo tubes and deck gun by taking this one in slot 1. In slot 2, I take a reserve battery because this extends the duration. This costs coal. It extends the duration of the reserve battery unit. Okay, so you're up times 36 seconds of extra dive capacity. Very useful to have if you run out of dive capacity. So I'll pop this bad boy and you're golden. Okay. In slot 3, torpedo tube modification 1, pretty self-explanatory. You get extra torpedo speed with this and there's less chance of your torpedo tubes getting knocked out. And slot 4 is incredible. Submarine steering gears, like they weren't maneuverable enough with the buffs. This gives you a rudder shift of 2.6 seconds. Yes, my friends, 2.6 seconds to dodge out of the way of those incoming planes with depth charges. Very nice to have. Her maximum speed on the surface while we're on the subject is 32.6 knots. Turning circle is 430 meters, which is quite tight. Okay, underwater speed, 15.8 knots. But at periscope depth, of course, she can do her 32.6 knots, so bear that in mind. Okay, torpedoes, exotic. She has acoustic torpedoes, and she has, of course, deep water torpedoes, being Pan-Asian. The deep water torpedoes are the ones I'm most interested in. They ignore destroyers, but they hit everything else because they run very deep, you see. So they hit cruisers, battleships, and CVs. They have a maximum range of 10.5 kilometers, quite competitive for a Tier 6 submarine. And they do 14,600 damage with a speed of 63 knots and a detectability range of 0.8 kilometers. Nasty, really nasty. The hydroacoustic torpedoes, or homing torps. Okay, 9-kilometer range, 4,600 damage, a 79 knot speed, detect of 1.7 kilometers. Okay. She's got a deck gun. Did I tell you she's got a deck gun? Yes, she's got a deck gun that fires sap to a range of 6 kilometers. It's there for the memes, isn't it? It's a meme cannon. It's got a meme cannon. So, how do we build the captain on this ship? There you go. It's pretty much my standard U-boat build. Okay, and I finish the build usually with helmsman. So that would be a full 21 points with your last point spent on that one. Okay. Out of all of these, the skill I think is the most important is probably watchful. For an undetected submarine, displays an indicator showing that the submarine is currently within the action range of activated enemy hydro search, surveillance radar, or submarine surveillance. Okay, if you change depth while the indicator is displayed, you may be detected. So what watchful is doing is it's telling you that your current depth, you're not being detected, but there is someone around who's got his hydro up, or his radar up, or his submarine surveillance up. Okay, incredibly useful information. Once you decipher that, you will realize it is probably the most powerful skill a submariner can have. And with that all said, let's take this weird little submarine for a spin. Okay, the map's estuary. It's domination mode, and it's a Tier 7 matchup, and we have carriers to worry about. Okay, so submarines and carriers, how does that work? Well, if their planes get within plane detection range of you, you're in a lot of pain. So what you can do about it, of course, is you can dive before that happens. You can see on the mini-map that I have a aircraft detection of 2.3 kilometers. So any planes that get within 2.3 kilometers of me when I'm on the surface will see me. That doesn't change at periscope depth. It's a similar story.
Many thanks.
If you want to remain undetected, you have to deep dive. Well, medium depth, actually. You can go to 30. You don't have to go to 60. Okay. Now, something I forgot to mention is the exotic torpedo reload system. You've got a limited amount of reloaders in your submarine, small crew you see. So you load in pairs on the front and singles on the rear. What that means is it takes 40 seconds to get 2 torpedoes loaded on the nose or on the bow, and the stern torpedoes, it takes 40 seconds just to load one, 80 seconds to load both tubes, and 80 seconds to load all 4 on the front. But you'll always have a pair ready every 40 seconds on the front, and always have a single ready every 40 seconds on the rear. Okay, so fairly exotic arrangement, but something you need to bear in mind if you want to do a full 4 torpedo attack. Okay, you can see now my front launchers are all loaded. All 4 tubes are loaded, and we're ready to rock and roll. And now what I'm doing is I'm cap skimming. I'm literally sitting on the edge of the cap, merrily minding my own business, just spotting for the team. And of course you lose your spot ability to a certain extent when you go to periscope depth, so it's a good idea to stay on the surface as much as you can get away with, because you're giving your team invaluable data. Although in a carrier match, I suspect that most ships get detected by planes, by the carrier, but you are still useful pair of eyes for your team. I'm going to move into cap. Submarines aren't really cappers, but they are contesters, so I'm going to contest this cap and just have a little sniff around and see if there's anything around. It looks like the cap's empty. There's only one destroyer in the game each side, and our gate is on the far right side of the map, so their destroyer, as he's set up in mirror mode, will be on the far right of the map, and I'll have the U-69 opposite me. That's just the way the game spawns in ships. Things get a little bit more complicated if there's squadrons involved, but that's about it. Just going to pop some homing torpedoes into the gap, just in case I get lucky. I have no idea what's there. And you can see the torpedo bombers are heading down towards the repulse. And I'm keeping half an eye on them because I don't want to get detected.
Torpedoes astern.
And first indication that there's a U-69 in the area. That's an unfortunate name for a submarine. Because, and there he is. There he is. He's at E3. Yeah, he's just moving into cap now. But I already have the cap, so I'm going to periscope depth and I'm moving away. If I didn't have the cap, I'd still go to periscope depth and move away, because above him are 2 battleships and a couple of cruisers, and they all have basically the ability to send planes my way and drop depth charges on my head with their ASWs, so I don't really want to get depth charged, so I'm moving away. This rudder shift is crazy. Wow. She really turns well too, 430 meter turn radius. She is a lovely submarine for a tier, to be honest with you. Very strong, in my opinion. The potential here is amazing. If you like submarines and being toxic. Okay, we got lit. So those planes got within 2.3 kilometers. Unfortunately, that's given our position away to the boys. More play, less talk, eh? I got distracted, chatting away merrily. Didn't check my mini-map, and I got caught out by the carrier's bomber squadron. That means the voice is changing course, because he knows there's a submarine here, and he's also aware of the fact that I've probably just launched torpedoes at him, so he's taken avoiding action. And who would blame him? Someone is even dropping some prospective depth charges on me. But as you can see, they were way off with their guesstimation. Okay, we're just going to go to periscope depth. Reloading my tubes. Probably have a go in with the rears. They're just going to slide the rears round. Popping the hydrophone just to make sure there's no one around. And you can see there's a U-69 is moving close to my position. Okay, we're going to leave those there. I'm hoping he'll turn into them. The issue I've got is the U-69 could use his submarine surveillance to spot me, okay, because I'm under the surface. So that is a concern. Yeah, okay, those deep water torpedoes are filthy. Okay, so we got an easy hit on him, 14,000 damage. I'm now going to move away, and he's flooding. Yeah, he's getting hit pretty hard. He's flooding. And he's repaired the flood. Okay, that's fine. I wouldn't want to be in that voice right now. That was pretty hideous. But you see what you can do. You can basically attack with impunity up to ranges of 3 or 4 kilometers. Of course, if you get within 3 kilometers, I'll get back to that point. I've just been detected by the U-69, so I'm going to highlight him and move away. The voice has been dealt with as Surrey finished him off. Okay. Now we're just going to try and ping this guy and send homing torps. Ping went just underneath. It's not easy, actually, pinging an enemy submarine because they are smaller than you think. I think the trick is to aim a little higher than you think when you line it up. Okay, so we sent some homing torps his way. He's very close, so those should catch him before the ping wears out. He's used his repair party to remove the ping. And he's now slipping away behind that island over there. Trying to ping him again. Missed. He's so tiny. Okay, let's use the meme cannon. Open fire with the meme cannon. Oh, oh, oh. Wow. 363 damage. This thing is ridiculous. Yeah, okay, so I'm firing sap into a U-69 on the surface and doing 363 a pop every 4 seconds, okay? This could take a while. He's escaped, of course he has, and got behind the island. Okay, you notice the carrier, the enemy carrier, actually put some planes out to protect him, put a patrol squadron over him. I think he's doomed. Our carrier is moving into cap. I have no idea why our carrier is doing that. I think he's going to get himself killed, which is most unfortunate. Our Surrey is moving up towards B, and the carrier has finished off the enemy submarine with his secondaries. But I think he's just got himself killed because he's pushing into a repulse and a Scharnhorst. Why do I always get the weird CVs on my team? That is weird CV play. Strongest class in the game, right? And he does that with it. Okay. Rip Wesser. Okay, fine. So, what have we managed to achieve? We've managed to get their enemy submarine killed, and we've managed to get 2 of their cruisers killed by just being in the area and spotting for the team. And the deep water torpedoes are evil. They're so evil. We've only hit with 1 torpedo so far, but we did, what, 14k damage, and did some flood damage to the poor guy. And he never saw it coming. That's the thing. They never see you coming. This class is just too toxic. Bloody submarines, man. I mean, honestly, I never thought I'd be sat here doing fucking submarine videos. I don't care much for the class, but I know that some of you love them. Okay, I get that. And I know they're in the game, and they're going to be with us forever. So, I guess someone has to. But if you want some top tips, check out Trent Lass's channel, okay, because he also goes and does the odd submarine video, and his advice is very, very good indeed. It's how I started with submarines was checking out Trent and seeing what he was up to, and to be brutally honest, I had to figure them out. I had to figure out how to counter these little shits, because that's what they are, essentially. Stealthy little shits. Oh, God. And they're very controversial. Very controversial. Look at all those fish. Fish? See, if you use clear water mods, you can actually see the dolphins and the fish and the tiger sharks and that they added to the game. If you don't, you can't. So, you're missing out. Okay. I think we're going to go after the repulse because the repulse is somewhere on the B cap. So let's just turn around and then let's just head into B. Okay. Got the repulse on hydrophone and he has moved up a bit. That's the thing, you can figure out your next target with a hydrophone. Okay, this is top advice. If they're behind an island, just hydrophone them, then you'll know exactly where they are, and then you can take appropriate action. You see, I'm lining up right now for a 4-kilometer ambush with deep water torpedoes. Okay, then Nuremberg just got sunk, and those should be enough. Alright, I've switched to battery reserve because I've got low battery, so I can stay at periscope depth. So battery reserve is in play. I have 25 seconds of that left, but he's not going to last. I don't even know why I fired the rears. That didn't need to do that. It's total overkill. Down he goes. 2 deep water torpedo hits. And he's out of here. Okay. So I'm going to loop around, which won't be difficult, really. The rudder shift on this submarine is ridiculous. And of course the big propeller has procced because I'm under 50% dive capacity, and I can now do 32, 33, 34 knots easy. Into B, 35, 36. 36 knots on the surface if I keep her in a straight line with big prop mod, and that's insane. Big propeller for the win, right? Okay, their carrier's gone north. I could chase the carrier, but I think I want the cap north, so we're going to grab the cap. And I'm going to head over. I think I'm going to hunt the Fuso next. There is a destroyer in the area. Not sure where he is. The Anshan. He was last seen at F7. So keep half an eye out for him. There's the Fuso. Okay. And there's the Anshan. Uh-oh.
We've been detected.
Okay, what are we going to do about this? Oh, he's shooting at me. Okay. You know what? Let's use a deck gun. He's got no health. There we go. We're going to beam cannon your ass. Bye. Because it's SAP, so it doesn't matter about angle. We don't care. Short fuse AP for the win. Who needs torpedoes, right? This submarine, you can do it all. This class is so toxic. Now, the Fuso's going backwards, then he's going to stop and go forwards, and so on and so forth. So, you know what? I don't think deep water torpedoes are the answer. I happen to know that his ASW is 8-kilometer range, right? See there? Airstrike, 8 kilometers. Meaning, he's out of range to depth charge me. Meaning, I can fire high acoustic torpedoes at him, homing torps. And I can then ping his ass and send those in. And he can do nothing about it. See, here come his planes. I've got 9-kilometer range on these torpedoes. I just want to double ping him in the midsection. There we go. So 50 seconds of extra homing. And of course, if you double ping, the torpedoes stay locked on for longer. He's going to get hit by all 4 of those, isn't he? Yeah, beautiful. And he can't depth charge me because of the range. I'm just out of range of his ASW. There we go. So 4 hits, easy damage, no risk, and lots of reward. Right, now we're going to close and use the deep water torpedoes on him. I'm going to just send some more homing torps his way. Let's take some risk. Let's take some risk. Yeah, he's sending planes. But as you can see, he's dropped behind me, and I'm already out of the area, and with my big prop mod on, I'm doing 36 knots, so we're clear. Not going to take any damage from those depth charges. Okay, I'm switching to deep water torps. This submarine is obscene, just for the record. It's obscene. I'm a very experienced submarine main. Yeah, let's say that again. I'm a very, very experienced destroyer main. Okay. And I can tell all destroyer mains that if you're experienced like me, you can use a submarine, and honestly, you're just farming credits. It's easy mode. Honestly, it really is easy mode. It's so easy. I would have liked to have sunk the Fuso. That's unfair. That's unfair. Ooh. Okay, but we won, right? We won. We got 420,000 credits. We got grade 1, even though this is a first grade, even though this is basically the second go I've ever had in this submarine. It's not exactly rocket science. Good XP, not quite top of the team, but it was a tier 7 match. 14,000 on the Repulse. That was the deep water torpedoes. Beam cannon on the Anshan for 472 damage. 15k on the Boyce, 10k on the Fuso, again, all torpedoes, and 1,815 with the beam cannon on the U-69. 42,754 total, 38,839 with torpedoes, 1,628 flooding. And we had the 40% booster, and we made 400,000 credits roughly. Okay, well, my name's Lone Gun, and this is been the Xin Zhong Guo 14. And Bloody Submarines. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did making it, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching.